And you're like,
I don't know. This is random.
It's just random stuff.
we just talked about it and we're like, yo, let's fucking execute.
man.
Let's go to Lake Eola. Okay, let's go. Here we are. What's up, gentlemen?
What's going on, man? It's RS Plaza.
What's up, Minh, Trinh in the house? How's it going? Chilling in here at Lake Eola. Nice day outside.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. And there's a concert happening.
Behind us. So anyways, man, we just wanted to quickly, me and Minh were sitting here just having a conversation. And we were just talking about psychology and different, attributes and just different ways of looking at things. And we started this conversation and he told me how, you can start to change your habits. And it's just an interesting thing. And he talked about the social experiment. So,
Yeah.
man.
I came out here and I was telling Plaza here that I used to come out here a lot, maybe 3 or 4 months in a row, like every day. I would just come out here. I was telling him about a little social experiment I was doing because I've been reading a lot of psychology lately, and one of the things I found out is that a lot of things we do, we've been conditioned to be like that since we were young, and I believe wholeheartedly that we can change anything we want about ourselves if we just break our old habits and form new ones. And so for me, as a child, I've always been kind of introverted, and for what I wanted to do is be like, hey, is it possible for me to become more extroverted? Like, for me, it's never really comfortable to go talk to random strangers or whatever. So I was like, hey, if I just go out there and I just start talking to random strangers every day, maybe more, after time, more and more people, I'll get more comfortable doing it. So I came out here every day and I set a number. I started off small. I'd approach like 5 to 10 people, say what's up. Next week I would do 15, 20 people. Next week, 25, 30. And then after time, I realized that it got a lot easier. Like, for me at first, it was always that little resistance there, like when you're doing something uncomfortable, there's that little, like that deep feeling inside. It's kind of like, oh man, do I want to do this? But then once you start doing it, that feeling goes away. You get more comfortable as you go ahead and do that. So, I just tried a little social experiment out here, and it was cool. I did it for like 4 months, and it's super easy for me to start talking to people randomly. And I thought that was really cool. And I got that idea from a lot of different books I've been reading about, how we can change our genetics even just by, breaking different habits and rewiring our brain to do different things. So.
Yeah, and I thought that was interesting too, how you talked about habits. So I'd like to shine a little bit of light on that as well. Just like, maybe elaborate on a certain habit that you've tried to master over time or change. And then also too, like, what from the books, what have you drawn about habits and changing habits?
Yeah, so habits is an interesting thing, man. Like, there's a lot of things that go into building habit and breaking habits and forming habits. A lot of people think that's just like, 21 days, you gotta do it consecutively to build a habit. But, there's actually, I think there's a study, University of London, they did where they're saying it takes about 66 to 67 days. And that's actually something I learned from Ty Lopez, who I used to follow. I used to do his program, 67 Steps. What I found out is a lot of stuff goes into building habits. First, you need like motivation to build habits. You gotta have a belief that you can change it. You gotta make conditions for yourself to do it. There's a lot of things that go into it, but when it comes down to it, building a habit, literally, if you can just stick to something for, like I say, at least 30 days, 30 to 60 days, every day, you can build literally any habit. And that's what I found out. Because, like for myself, I was never a morning person, and so I was like, a lot of people wake up early, they get their morning started at like 5, 6 a.m. I'm like, I think I can do that, But for me, before I was waking up at 10, 11 a.m. So what I would do, I did an experiment. I was like, all right, well, now I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. And I didn't just say that and just did it, I had to apply like motivational techniques, like, hey, if I do this, I'll have this many more hours in a day. I had to like pump myself up to do it. Also, I would set conditions for myself. I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna set my alarm, leave my phone over here. So once the alarm goes off, I can't, have to wake up and do it. And then I would always set a cup of water next to me to make sure, like, right when I woke up, I would chug it, keep myself awake. So you got to do different things to help you form these habits too. It's not just saying, oh, I'm gonna do a habit, and you think you're gonna stick with it. It's tough. You got to apply a lot of different techniques to do it. But I did that for only 20 days, and really, like, I built it. Like after that, it was that. I know it's gonna probably be random for like everyone else. Like that's why I think the study said 65, 66 days, because they take into account like some days you might mess up or whatever, because we're all human. But if you can really stick with it for at least 20 to 30 days, I think you can really build any habit you want.
Nice. So, man, I know you've also been investing a lot of, self-investment into yourself, personal investment into yourself, and attending conferences and traveling and different. You've just been out there hearing a lot of different perspectives. So my question is, what key things or philosophies are you following right now, or what are your takeaways so far of like what people are out there doing, and what any gyms that you like really are living by right now?
Yeah, I would say, I think one of the biggest things for me, I think anyone can use, and this will really help anybody, is just have an open mind, like super open-minded. Like I think that's really changed my view on life, anything. I think there's a saying, it's like, I don't know if Warren Buffett said this, but it's like, before you disagree with something, make sure you can argue the opposite side of the view better than your opposition can. Because once you can do that, then you can really say, then you can maybe make an argument. For example, let's say like in politics, so say I'm Republican, and they're like, well, can you argue the Democratic side of it? Let's say like, I can argue my side because I'm Republican, I can defend it, but can you put yourself as a Democrat and try to defend?
Be open-minded.
If you can do that, then you're open-minded, and then you can make well-informed decisions. But I feel like people are so stuck to their views. They don't really try to see other people's side. They're just like, oh no, it's got to be this way, it's got to be this way. It's like black and white. But for me, I feel like life's not like that. There's a lot of gray areas you gotta know about, and I think that's probably one of the biggest things. If you can do that, then I feel like you can really apply that to a lot of different aspects of your life. It'll help you out.
Nice, awesome, man. So yeah, that's just a quick Snapchat about our conversation and what you're going on. Before we head out, would you like to give any shout outs? Where can they follow you or anything like that?
Shout outs.
Shout outs, any brand shout outs, any place where they can follow you on if they want to.
Well, yeah, I got Instagram, Min-Trin83, MINHTRINH83. Also got a Snapchat, it's MTPharmD, MTPHARMD. I post on there every now and then. Sometimes I'll post some like information. It's usually just me like doing random stuff and doing jujitsu and stuff like that, because that's one of my favorite pastimes. But
nice.
Facebook, Min-Trin, you can follow me, add me as a friend. That's cool.
Nice. So that's it, man. Great conversation. Sean, if I have you on, man.
Take care.